Are you like Mateo? He's wondering why he keeps failing tests in math and science even though he thinks he's smart and used to get straight A's in middle school without studying. He even uses Notion to be more productive. To make things worse, he had plans to impress all the Ivy Leagues with perfect grades, but within the first month of high school, his hopes of getting straight A's are already ruined, which means he has to make a decision now to protect his future.
Mateo, you have two choices. You can take the blue pill and wake up tomorrow morning with every reason in the book for why it seems you've lost your academic touch. Or you can take the red pill, and although it may not be the easiest journey of discovery, finally have your eyes opened to the real reason you're bombing these tests.
I'll take the blue one.
What?
Yeah, no, the red one sounds like way too much work.
Oh, this guy.
Luckily, this version of Mateo took the red pill, and his eyes were open to all the massive problems he just couldn't see. It did this to his grades and changed his life forever. But you still might have had this breakthrough. So in this video, I'm gonna reveal to you all of the incredibly common mistakes Mateo made in his freshman year of high school that when he fixed, made life so much easier, so that you can spot them and avoid making them when you start high school. So let's travel back to August 2021, where the first massive mistake will be revealed that literally tanked my grades. Let me just try to figure out my time machine first, alright? Now, I'm being completely honest when I tell you that I was probably one of the most studious kids in the classroom as a freshman. During class, I would genuinely think. The problem arose when I would wing a test without studying. See, the point of a class is to make you learn stuff, and whereas in middle school it was fine if you probably forgot everything you just learned, it's completely different in high school. I've observed a sort of natural law of high school, something called the rule of 3. So we have to go over the content once in class, once for homework, and once while studying in order to actually remember it. Imagine you're trying to hang up a flyer inside your brain. According to the rule of 3, it's going to take 3 screws to finally drill the information permanently into your skull. Of course, as a freshman, I didn't realize that 3 really is the magic number, but I should have, because the 2 times I used to review content was definitely not enough to remember it all on the test, and my scores reflected that. Now let's jump back to when I was a freshman so you can see how detrimental this next mistake is to your high school career. Hey, Miss Brenda, you suck at teaching low-key, but it's alright because you're kind of nice.
What did you say to me, son?
What did you say to me? Oh, I am such an idiot. Why am I insulting one of my teachers who's dedicating her life to ignorant 14-year-old assholes like me? Did I really just burn this bridge that might have turned into a teacher recommendation on a college app to simply flex my big-headedness? Let's just keep going. Oh, I remember this one. Throughout my freshman year, I was obsessed with taking advanced courses, like the nerd I am, and I was constantly checking course catalogs and college websites. I did extensive research into IB and AP and the similarities and differences, and I got so overwhelmed that I couldn't focus on my social life or even my grades, the 2 things that will actually make high school productive and fun. What I did was unintentionally make mistake number 3. As a student who's new to high school, you just gotta start taking life a little bit slower. Enjoy yourself a little. Although it feels like since you moved to high school that your whole life is coming together and soon enough you're going to be released into the wild to fight for yourself, it's not actually true whatsoever. And even when you do eventually become a senior, there's still no need to plan out every detail of your life before it happens. Sure, you've got to have some idea of your college plans and you got to apply to different schools, but again, that is senior year. Freshmen, sophomores, you really don't even have to think about it. Put that energy into your grades, and I swear everything will be fine. Now, I know I just said planning everything out was a terrible idea, but at the same time, a lack of basic thinking around your high school pathway might cripple you for the rest of your life. So to avoid that unattractive downfall into depression and doom, you should be aware of this next very important thing that you don't want to neglect. Let me get there. To become an IB diploma candidate at my school, you have to take APUSH as a sophomore, even though it's typically a junior class. This means you have to be aware of what your academic pathway looks like as early as January or February of your freshman year. This is when course selection happens, which is a crucial point of the year. In many high schools, there are prerequisites to certain advanced courses, and planning ahead can allow you to have an off period in the busier stage of high school when you need it to write college essays. To dive even deeper, many colleges have prereqs as well, and for your application to even be considered, you often need to take a certain number of years in foreign language, science, and math. So if you were hoping to get away with just a couple years of math, you might want to reconsider and take a closer look at some of those prereqs. Yeah, this is one thing Mateo actually did a pretty good job on. One thing. Oh boy, here we are, November 2021, I realized I made a mistake that might have dealt a critical hit to my college apps. Back then, a bunch of my friends were in a class called AP Computer Science as a freshman in freshman year. It seemed crazy to me that they were already taking college level courses as freshmen while I was busy playing Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. Turns out I was wrong. AP Comp Sci is one of the all-time easiest AP classes / tests to take, and colleges love to see it. And because of its relatively easy difficulty, it's a super popular class among freshmen. Of course, I didn't realize that until it was too late, and I no longer had room in my schedule to take it. Of course, it's not a huge deal, but you never know if that extra AP class will be the tiebreaker between my application and someone else's getting into Harvard or McGill. But let me pause for a second. This is all true, but there's something I wish someone had told me when I was a freshman that makes you see all this with a new perspective. And that is to never do something for the sole purpose of boosting your college application. Don't take Comp Sci if you hate the subject just because it's another AP class on your transcript. Don't waste your time doing NHS or the IB diploma if it's only to make yourself look good. Try to be the best version of yourself throughout high school while maintaining your authenticity. As with anything, high school has a steep learning curve, from learning to drive to navigating the world of IB and AP classes, and I've designed this channel just for you, to bring some fun to the monotonous world of high school. Thanks for watching, and as always, cheers, Miss Brenda.